Dave Foster participó en un puñado de shows con Nirvana. Como baterista, lo que me atraía a su manera de tocar era el uso de doble pedal en las canciones. Les daba otro toque, quedaban muy buenas.
Hola. Well, as I was mentioning earlier, I was in that band with Dale called Soon, and we were practicing, at Dale's house. And those guys, they're called Ted, Ed, Fred. And Dale was drumming for both bands. And we were practicing back to back. And when I got done practicing with the Soon band, and Kurt and Chris came in and they played their set, and that's the first time I'd heard them play. I thought they were awesome. After their first song, I walked in the room. I said, "Kurt, that's your song?" I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I would buy that right now. I mean, I was floored how good it was. I had no idea what they sounded like or anything. It was just like, first time I'd heard them, and I was floored. When Dell went to relocate to San Francisco with Buzz to start the Melvins back up, he recommended me to take his spot, so that's how I got it. Kurt ever complained about was when I first got in the band, that I was not playing loud enough, which every other band I'd been in, I was always told I played too loud. So I was grateful that he said that, and I was like, all right, next song, let's go. And then I, played the way I'd like to play, which is loud. And when we got done with that song, he was like, yeah, there we go. Kurt always told me that you're a good drummer and whatever. Drumming wasn't the problem. I really liked playing If You Must because it had a lot of dynamics in it. From the kind of slower, quieter part to the boom, 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 to the heavy grind. Yeah, like I really like that. Yeah. Most people in Aberdeen kind of know each other through some way or another, Like I told you, I knew Aaron after the stuff when I was in Helltrout and he was in Attica. We played a couple shows together, so that's kind of how I met Aaron. But it was, after the Nirvana, or in his case, Skid Row thing, happened. And Bob McFadden, I mean, I went to high school with him, so we'd known each other for... Although, he jammed with Kurt and Chris a long time ago. They didn't play any shows or anything that I know of, but he had jammed with those guys. So, I've known Bob since probably I was in 10th grade or so, I'd say. And Del Crover, of course, he's the whole reason I got in. Of course, I know him.
There's a rumor that when you final concert with Nirvana, there's Chad Channing in the audience.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've read it on the internet. Not that I talked to him in the crowd or anything like that, or I don't know if he was, behind there like, I want that guy's drum spot. I don't think it was like that, but whatever. The Evergreen State College one for sure, the No Wars or whatever show, because we were supposed to headline that show, Helltrout, and I brought it up that maybe I could get Nirvana to headline it, so I went over to Kurt's house and asked if they were willing to play that show, and he had something going on, like, well, all of our stuff's up, it's, the band rehearsal place or something, like it was going to be a pain in the ass for them to do it. And I suggested that you guys can just use our gear, just show up, bring your guitars. Dave can use my drum set. You guys can bring your amp heads if you want, or whatever. You can use our gear. And so that's what happened. That's how I had it set up in Helltrout. I didn't have the 2 bass drums. I had the 2 bass drums like sandwiched into one big one. And then I think I had the 18 floor tom mounted over here. And then I had the 20-inch floor tom over here. I'm pretty sure we played with them at the Recto Muse or, you know, somewhere else. Maybe the Steamboat Island show. I can't remember. But like I say, it's been so long ago. But...
And the last question?
Yep.
If you can describe Nirvana with one word, what word could it be?
One word?